Hello, Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. Guys, today, yes, we are back to working on the Stoker engine. I know everybody's been asking about the Stoker, and it's just kind of been on hold again while I've been working on some other stuff. I got to get this thing done, so we're going to get back in here today and get back to work on it. So actually yesterday, off camera, I did come in here and do some planing down here in the bottom and kind of get the bottom planed out. You guys have seen the process on that. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time doing video on it because we've already kind of shown some of that. But I'm to the point now that I'm ready to kind of do the side planing. And yeah, I think we've shown a little bit of that in the past, but I thought it would be worthy of just kind of coming in here and kind of showing what we got going on. So anyway, let me bring you over here, show you where we're at in this and pick up where we left off yesterday. And we're going to try to get this thing finished up, hopefully get these bottom slides planed out today where we can move forward on this project and start on the next operation that we need to do to get ready to start putting it back together. So if you look over here, you can see the bottom of this journal. We've got it. So if you look over here, you can kind of see the bottom of the ways here for the crossheads to slide back and forth. And this has just been rough planed. I used a tool here in my new tool holder that I made. That's kind of where it's kind of back behind it, where it's not going to cause as much flex and all that kind of stuff. And we just ground a high-speed steel cutter with a point on the end to kind of come across here. Once again, kind of like the other side, I had to do, one side because the cutter is going to one side. So I went from one side, and once I did that, I came back and went back into the other corner. And again, this is just rough right now. We are going to come in here and put a finish cut on that with a different cutter here once we kind of get everything roughed out. But before we do, I need to get the sides done. So you can see this is pretty rough back in here. We tried to do some milling in here and previously, and the milling just did not work at all. We kind of just ended up with a mess, so we got to get that cleaned up on both sides. Already got the sides cleaned up on the other side. And once we get the sides done, then we can go back and put our planer tool in there and try to finish this thing out. But we are moving forward. So let's come in here and see what we can do about getting this. I'm going to start with this back side. We'll bring the camera around the other side, let you see how we're going to do that. All right, so hopefully you can kind of see down here, I got a cutter that I ground, again, high-speed steel. That cutter actually has pretty much the same profile on the other side, but pointed in the other direction so that I can work on one side or the other. I just flip the cutter over in there, and that lets me kind of do that. So I've got my tool tilted a little bit, and we've got a little bit of back grinding in here. We're going to start up here at the top, and we're just going to kind of work our way down. It's going to be really tight quarters in here as far as filming goes. I'll try to get a couple of shots of this, but honestly, the camera's going to be in the way of me working over here and watching and keeping an eye on what's going. So, and two, when this case comes up close to the front, you can't see much anyway. So we'll show a little bit of it, but it's just not practical to show a whole lot of action here, guys, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and get started with it. All right, we are starting to cut here. Because of the way this was done before, the back here, I know you can't see it, it's cutting, but it's just where we had milled it and it wasn't cut exactly right. So up here we're not quite touching, and again, I realize you can't see it, but it is starting to cut in the back there a little bit on this first pass. So anyway, we're just going to let it work its way down, and we'll continue on until we get this side freshened up. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to do this side. We're just barely touching back here in the back right now, but I kind of had to start somewhere. So anyway, we are making progress. So like before, I've got my clapper box locked down just because there's no room for it to swing up here in the front. If you look, this thing is coming, it's within 1/4 of an inch of hitting, probably closer. It's actually nerve-wracking just for me to watch it, but so far we haven't had a problem. I hope we don't. Again, that's not ideal. You really want to have that clapper box kind of swing out of the way on the way back, but to keep it from dragging. But in this case, there's just no way around it. I got to work with what I got to work with.
And there are cases where you need to lock that clapper box down, this being one of them, which is why the clapper box is made where you can do that. So anyway, we are cutting here and working our way down. I'm kind of watching it on this side, and when I get down close to the bottom, I'll manually feed it in the rest of the way rather than automatic, just so I don't crash into the bottom. I can control the crosshead here, or the tool up and down, left and right from both sides of the machine. So I'm kind of standing on the back side over here watching this, opposite of the direction you're looking at it right now for the camera. Cutter up.
All right, we are ready to change our depth of cut here. So I've just got an indicator on here to see how far I'm moving it. And I just want to go about 5 thousandths. That's the wrong way. Right there. Make sure that table's locked down good, and we'll make another pass down through there. I'm just watching this cutter come up here. It's getting so close. I want to shorten the stroke up a little bit. This is where I adjust that at. I just want to get about 1/4 of an inch in there. I'm just using my thumb here as a guide. I want that, give me a little bit more room for error there and a little more clearance. It was getting mighty close to hitting up there on that front. And I was just watching to make sure the cutter would clear, and I think I got enough room here to do this. So I'm going to try it again now, and let's look and see where that returns at now. Make sure my cutter's clearing on the bottom. I'm happy better with that. All right, we'll let it feed down again. I'm ready to start my down feed again. That is done up on the top, so I'm going to put this gear in place. Now every time this thing cycles, it's going to move it down just a little bit. You'll see this moving. The handle up top moving, all by this gear right here. Well, we are making progress again. I know it's hard to see what's going on. Just tight quarters over here, but I'm doing, I think, this will be 25 thou. I've got it cleaned up all the way across the side, but there's a little bit of pitting down in the bottom I'm trying to get out. So I'm hoping that this pass or maybe the next one we'll get that cleaned out and we'll be done with this side. But we are making progress. It's moving forward. Well, I think we have got this side over here pretty well done. Got a flashlight down in here. It's hard, again, there's just not a lot of room for the camera to get in here, but I'm happy with that nice smooth finish there. We had a little pitting down here on the right side of your screen, and I think there's still just a teeny tiny little spot in there, but it's just not even worth trying to take out at this point. There was a pretty big pitting in there before. We took a total of about 25 thousandths off of that side to get it cleaned up totally, and I'm happy with the results. I think that is a finished cut right there too. I don't even think we're gonna have to go back over it with anything else. The bottom is rough. We're just gonna have to do some more work on it, but that looks good. So now I need to flip my cutter over and come do the other side wall on this one, and then we gotta plane that bottom a little bit flatter, smoother. So to go to the other side, I need my cutter to be on the opposite side to cut down. Again, I have this cutter, two different faces, one on each side. So let me get it out of there where we can flip it over. So I'm just gonna loosen up this big nut back here, and that should allow me to kind of undo this. I'll take it all the way out. So again, I got my cutter on both sides. I think I'm gonna, before I flip it over, I'm gonna go sharpen this, just because we use it in the bottom, and just make sure we got a good sharp edge on there. And we'll put that one in there, and we'll come down this side over here. And I got that cutter sharpened up. Now what I want to do is change the tilt on this. I kind of have the cutter tilting in this way. I need for it to tilt in the opposite direction, so we're just going to loosen this up, and we'll turn those around. So I'm going to pick this up. Let's see. Just making sure I got clearance. That's kind of the bottom of my cut. I just want to make sure I got plenty of clearance in there. Nothing's going to hit. All right, first pass on this back side, and see where it's kind of hitting a little bit in some spots. We're cleaning that up. That was where we had tried that with the end mill before, and yeah, it kind of dug in a little bit and didn't get back here. We had issues with that, so we're going to straighten all that out. I'm just making a very light pass right now on this first cut. So I think based off what we did on the other side, about 10 thousandths per pass should do it, and hopefully won't need to take out more than about 20, 25 thou total. We're probably just cutting about 5 thousandths right now, just barely touching. So here we go, we're continuing on and planing on down. I'm not this one might clean up. I'm not sure. There's a couple pits still in there, one little mark in there. But anyway, we'll see where we are when we get done with this pass. But we're, again, slowly making progress. A little bit at a time here, guys. But we're getting there. Well, there we go. That back wall is finished out, and I'm happy with that, nice and smooth. I don't think we even need to run a finish cut on there. Maybe just a little bit of pitting right there, but again, it ain't enough that's gonna hurt anything, so I'm gonna leave well enough alone and get out of there. I need to do the back wall on the other side, on this side, so while I'm set up, I'm gonna go ahead and do that one, and then we'll be ready to plane the bottoms.
I'm working on this last vertical surface here that we need to plane before we start working on the bottom on the back side. So making good progress again. I think this will be my final pass of this one. This was rough plane. Just need to kind of clean it up a little bit, and this seems to be doing it. We just barely fuzzed it. I think took more than about 10,000ths off of it to get where we need to be. All right, we'll bring you back. Well, there we go, guys. We just needed to touch that side up. It had already been rough planed. I just needed to kind of smooth it out. We only took 10,000ths, just kind of fuzzed it off, and I got a nice smooth surface there. This whole way on this side I think is finished. I need to do the bottom where we just roughed it over there, plane the bottom out, and I think we'll have this done finally. All right, let's see if we can do the planing over there and finish this thing up without screwing it up. We are planing across the bottom here. I got a flat bottom tool in there, and we're just kind of working our way across one little bite at a time. Appears to be doing a pretty good job on first pass. I will let it come across and we'll evaluate it and see whether we need to take a little bit more or not. This very well may do it right here on this first pass. So I'm getting out over the area. I'm getting out in this area here now that is evidently just a little bit lower because it's not touching. So I'm probably just going to go back over and, or I may just downfeed a little bit and cut back across the other direction. We'll figure out something here. So I'm cutting across the bottom. I'm coming towards the camera right now. And I think this is going to be my final pass. We'll evaluate it once we get all the way across, but it looks like it's cleaning up pretty good. So we'll take a look at it here in a minute, but we're just very lightly, I'm only taking off about 2,000ths of an inch per pass, just making a fairly wide, flat cut. Gets a nice smooth surface with this planing cut. So let me get back across. We'll clean it up, evaluate it, but I believe this is going to be it. And I think we do have it. Yeah, that feels good down on the bottom. My sides are good. All surfaces are trued up, flat, even. Be a good cross slide for the Babbitt crosshead to go in. So yeah, I think we have mission accomplished here. Whew, what a job. This feels good to finally get these cross slides done. This has been the holdup on this project for literally a couple of years now, trying to get all the planets to align and to be able to get something that we can get these things machined out. It has given me fits. I've talked about it before. We've attempted this multiple times in multiple setups on multiple machines. We've tried doing it on horizontal milling machine, a great big one. We tried doing it, Adam Booth tried doing it on his metal shaper, but it just didn't have enough capacity, wasn't big enough to get the job done. We got it done on the metal planer, finally. And it has been nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, tight clearances. You know, I'm just sitting here just praying that, you know, my dogs and my stops are very repeatable, and it turned out they were, but on a flat belt machine, you know, okay, is it gonna stop in the exact same place every time, or is one time that cutter gonna just bust right through this casting and ruin the whole thing? Yeah, I was worried about that the whole time. You know, do I get in here and just totally screw something up? This is really the first big, you know, real job that I've used this machine on. And that's another thing, I'm still learning this machine. I mean, you know, I know how to use a planer or a shaper,
but every machine has its own personality. Every little machine has its own little quirks, and I'm still figuring this machine out. Come a long way on this project. I'm much more comfortable with what this machine will do now that I've had a chance to really kind of utilize it. And even on this setup, we've had to kind of modify our plans. We had to build this gooseneck cutter here to finally get the job done, but we finally got it done, and it feels good. So next, yeah, we can get this off the planer and kind of go to the next step. I want to get it over back on its stand. I want to get the, I think probably the next big step to do on this thing is, yeah, probably go ahead and get the bearings put in the side. And I need to mic my crankshaft. I believe we're going to have to bore these bearings out because the bearings were replaced at some point in time as the crankshaft wore. The bearings got smaller, so the hole in the crankshaft bearings got smaller. They're bronze bushings. And I need to get everything mic'd and make sure that I'm right on those assumptions, but I think we're going to have to bore out the bronze just a little bit to get that crankshaft to fit just right. And assuming we have to, we'll do that over here on the horizontal boring mill. That's going to be a fun little project. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be doing some line boring over there. So that's coming up real soon. Again, assuming everything kind of goes as I expect. So we'll get this off of here, probably make another video, doing some more inspection work, and then continue on with this project and hopefully get this thing back together and running real soon. Guys, that is a wrap. Man, it feels good to be a wrap. That is a wrap on this video. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Those thumbs up and comments are always greatly appreciated. Hit that bell icon up there to get notifications when new videos are posted. Big, huge thank you to those who support the site financially through Patreon, PayPal. It really does help out a lot. And with that, guys, I'm going to get out of here. We'll catch you on the next video. Again, as always, thanks for watching.